Good morning. Welcome back to Sun and Fun 51, annual 51, and it's Turn Up the Fun in 51. I'm Ben Coleman, your anchor host for the Florida Aviation Network, coming to you live and in the clear from the Central Florida Aerospace Academy here on the Sun and Fun campus at the Aerospace Center for Excellence. And if you have not been here on the site, you need to come see the Florida Museum, Florida Air Museum, and hang around the ACE, Aerospace Center for Excellence, and see what all is going on. These folks have done a phenomenal job of helping the youth get a start in aviation and aerospace. And it's very much, it's aerospace now. We're kind of morphing. It's not just about little airplanes, it's about rocket ships and a whole, if you're not in aviation or aerospace, you need to get there. And we will help you as much as we can, but you got to tune in, go to Florida Aviation Network, a project of the National Aviation Safety Foundation. All volunteer-run organization. We are a 501c3, and we do not do this for profit. We do this for pleasure and for fun. And it's all about safety. That is our foundation. Our background is safety. Obi Young, Bill Hohenstein, myself, former FAA folks, and it's in your blood. And once you get into aviation and aerospace, you'll understand what it's about. And to my immediate left, your right, is Lori Bradner. Lori?
Thank you, Ben.
Good to see you in the morning. And Lori, tell you what, let me kick it off, and we're going to introduce our affiliates, folks that help us with this operation. And I'm going to read
half. Couldn't do without him, Ben.
No.
Couldn't do without him.
And I'm going to go through the first half.
Sure.
You're going to pick up the second half.
Okay.
And then we're going to kind of bat some things around before we turn the signal at 9 o'clock to Sun and Fun TV live.
Yes.
Bill Stool and John Weiner out of Jacksonville, the Civil Air Patrol. Terry Kurtz, South Lakeland. She's also in the room next door helping us with admin today. Glenn Sims with Lakeland Civil Air Patrol. Paul Adrian, John Weber out of Leesburg, EAA Chapter 534. Barbara Walters Phillips, and she's in Orlando with EAA Chapter 74, and what a dynamic educator that woman is. Yep. Lori's going to have some things to talk about with her. And we have Randy Burke in Orlando. He's the new FAST Team Program Manager out of Orlando Flight Standards, not to be confused with the old FAST Team Program Manager, which was Bob Jex. As a matter of fact, one of our strong volunteers here for the Florida Aviation Network. Vicki Sherman. Vicki Sherman's here walking the scenes, and she kind of stays in the background and makes sure everything's going just right. And Keith Phillips out of Spruce Creek with EAA Chapter 288. Joe Schmalls out of Titusville with EAA 866. And Brenna Wright out of Sanford with the Naval Air Station Sanford Information Headquarters. And I always give her a plug here. Her last name is Wright. That's similar to the Wright brothers, and she is a descendant from the Wright brothers, from the Wright family.
That's awesome.
So, Lori, who else is helping us out?
Well, we're continuing on. We've got Bill McClung in Tampa. He's with the National Aviation Safety Foundation, and of course, he is here, and one of our members at the Florida Aviation Network, Michael Minner in Tampa with the Tampa FISDO. We've got Dennis Hayes in Fort Myers with the EAA. William, also known as Billy Hadaway in Birmingham, and he's with the Birmingham FISDO. Welcome. Sam Gross with the Tampa FAST team. Barry Simmons in Inverness, and he's with the EAA Chapter 1674. We also have Tommy Diedemann in Live Oak with EAA Chapter 797. We got John Licardi and Michael Ketchbaugh. They're in Fort Pierce, and they're with the EAA Chapter 908. Rob Williams, one of my favorite of all time, giving a shout out to Rob in South Carolina with the Triple Tree Aerodrome. Laura Spoler in Orlando, Florida with the Women in Aviation. Jim Waymeyer and Cress Wise in the Villages, welcome. We want to say thank you. And they're with the Villages Aviation Club. And of course, we've got Willis Reese in St. Petersburg with the Civil Air Patrol.
Great. I tell you what, we're going to talk now about the networks, and aviation in itself is an industry, but it is networked highly. And helping us turn our network signal up in St. Louis is John Typen, and it's always so good to get feedback from our professionals. Hugh Hardy has been walking around, and probably is watching this right now and taking some notes about, Ben, you shouldn't say this. You should say that. We take all that, Hugh and Cheryl Hardy, formerly DeFilippo, but now it's Cheryl. We appreciate your input and we take it to heart. We really do. And we try to integrate it as much as we can. Aeronautical Proficiency Training is another organization, and the Wings Industry Network. Wings has many, many meanings in aviation, but it is also the Wings program, and we have programs and shows throughout the day that do qualify for Wings credit.
We have 4 today, Ben.
That is correct.
4 today.
And the FAA is very supportive of our mission here to implement and give that foundation of safety, because that's their moniker, and it's not to fester and provoke, it's to foster and promote aviation. So that's the Friendly Aviation Administration. Friendly Aviation Administration. Lori, what else is going on? You mentioned something earlier about the Stratus.
Yes, and actually, I want to give a shout out. You mentioned Barbara Phillips, and I'm going to go back a little bit. And so much of Sun and Fun is geared, and of course, the Aerospace Center for Excellence. And you mentioned not only aerospace, Ben, but really the focus of Sun and Fun is all about STEM. And it's about science, technology, engineering, and math. And of course, we can't forget the arts because that brings in the imagination. And Barbara Phillips she has actually been a champion, not only for education, but today, Ben, in fitting with the educational piece of Sun and Fun 51, where we're training up the fun. We're going to have a group of teachers here that are coming from all over, not Polk County, but from all the counties, Hillsborough County, you name it, Marion County, and they're going to be joining us for the teacher workshop. And I will tell you, as a teacher, teachers, if you've never been from K to 12, so it doesn't matter kindergarten to 12th grade, I will tell you that Barbara Phillips runs a fabulous in-service program. It is unlike anything I've ever attended and would highly recommend it. So we've got that going on, Ben. And then, as you mentioned, in the Aerospace Center for Excellence, which was the former Florida Air Museum, but they've evolved, they've grown. It's bigger, it's better. You talk about turning up the fun. They've got something for kids for every age, from 2 to 92. So even if maybe you like airplanes, but you're interested in another aspect of aerospace or STEM, science, technology, that engineering, math, the Aerospace Center for Excellence, ACE, has something for you. So it would be worth a trip down to see us today here on the grounds of Sun and Fun. We're located at the Lake Lander Airport. And we're going to have beautiful weather, Ben, not to mention 1 o'clock, we've got our normal daily air show. Don't want to miss that.
No. And what else is going on? This is Saturday.
It's Saturday.
A big night. It's a
Ben,
big night.
Okay. It's at night, and it actually starts at 7 o'clock tonight. And I promise, don't want to miss it. It's the night air show. There was one on Wednesday. So even if you missed it Wednesday, guess what? You can catch it tonight. And I've heard it's going to be bigger and better than Wednesday.
And we
They're turning up the fun, Ben, turning up the fun.
In 51.
In 51.
We have put in a special request to have the nighttime air show start at 7 o'clock. But for some reason, it's not dark enough at 7 o'clock. So we put that special request in.
But
I don't
it gives
know
you time to get here, Ben.
The thing is,
it.
you need to be on scene, on site by 7 to get warmed up in the hype, because everyone, it's a buzz around the field about people walking around here at 7, getting something good to eat, getting a nice spot to watch the show. And Lori, not to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
You always do, Ben. I'm getting used to it.
Where is the best place to watch the night air show here at Sun and Fun?
You know what, Ben? You've got to be here. You've got to be here in Show Center. You need to be right here at the air show. That is the best place. So you want to be on the south side. That's where everything is going to be seen. And really, Ben, the best place, because there is a show center, is to be right there. That way you will not miss a thing.
Because all the choreographed fireworks and the drone display is have you ever seen a drone in the shape of F-16?
It's not one, it's many.
Doing a roll.
It's not one, but it's many.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
choreography and what it takes to do that, it's amazing. You talk about technology and at its finest.
I'm going to mention Radius, Manfred Radius.
Yes.
Manfred
my favorites,
is
He
glider.
retired last year.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did. I saw him, and he's here on the grounds, and he's
Excellent.
talking. But if you Google it, whatever search engine you like to use,
Yeah.
go with Manfred Radius and do a search and see
Ben,
what that
there's
man has.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but if you look at our feed, you'll actually see what you were talking about, some of that drone show. I think our members are actually seeing and our viewers are seeing it.
They are on program, and
Yes.
but here's the deal, Lori.
Holy moly.
It's really neat to watch it on the screen like this. But is there anything
No.
like seeing it live?
You got to see it live.
and
You've got to be here. And you know what, Ben? It's not just seeing it. It's feeling it. It's feeling the heat, and it's hearing it.
The percussion.
It
of the
is
booms.
phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's like being at a launch. We had Colonel Dalkey here yesterday. That was a Wings Credit program, I believe, and he was just a wealth of information. And we talked about. He talked about all that's going on at NASA and the space program, and talk about STEM education. And we were talking about what it's like to be there, not only at the launch, but it's the same thing at our air show here. And I will tell you, Ben, it's bigger and better. Sun and Fun turned up the fun.
Okay.
Just saying.
You know, Jamal Larkins, I was talking to him earlier in the week, and Jamal, what a dynamic young man. But he reminded us, and we kind of lose sight of this, but did you know
Probably
that
not.
air shows is the highest spectator attended event in the nation?
Fantastic.
And probably in the world. But air shows pull people out by droves. And if the parents realized how much there was available to
Yes.
them in the form of scholarships.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's companies and corporations, and Tweet Coleman has
Yeah.
a scholarship that she does through the Florida Aviation Network. And even though we have slots for 5, and there's some folks out there that mention that, well, there's just 5, I would have no chance in the world of getting in. But how do you win the lotto?
You got to play, Ben, and I will tell you that our Tweet Coleman Scholarship, she obviously is one of our hosts here. She's a member of the Florida Aviation Network, incredible philanthropist, and a phenomenal woman. You talk about someone with a passion, not only for aviation, but a heart for education. Through her generosity, we are actually able to enter 5 either high school to college students an opportunity to earn $1,000, but also to work with us. So if you have an interest at all in aviation, if anyone has an interest in broadcast and what we do, not just what Ben and I are doing, but what it takes to make this actually happen, this would be the scholarship application and an internship for you. You can find it on our website, on the Florida Aviation Network website, and the Tweet Coleman Scholarship with FAN will be open August 1st. Now you have a month. There is an essay portion, a resume, and of course, Ben, like with any good things, there's going to be an interview. But we are looking forward. We had tremendous candidates. One, guess what? I get to interview her today. So excited.
Excellent.
She's going to be on today, so we're going to talk with her today. But this is something that we really want because, Ben, we've got to build the pipeline for the
True.
Florida Aviation Network. No offense, Ben, we're getting old.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Actually,
Sure.
Laurie, I used to have hair. But the thing about interviews, let me just kind of pitch this really quick. Interview every chance you get. You learn so much about yourself going through an interview. And anybody get kind of clammy hands?
It's a skill.
And sweat. The folks that you're talking to, they see it and feel it as well.
Yeah.
And the best thing is the practice.
That's it.
And repetition is one of the elements of the ability to learn something, change, modify behavior. But you have to do it. The more you interview, and even though you don't like it, nobody likes to be drilled. Well, I like to be drilled. I really do. Ask me a chance. It's a matter of confidence.
Can we say that on the air, Ben? Just I'm kidding.
Drill down, drill down, Laurie. but it's the more that you are put in a position of pressure, the better you're going to respond when it really does happen. For flying, proficiency,
I was gonna say, right.
flight proficiency.
Right. Exactly, and it is definitely a skill that you can take with you, Ben. And we're looking forward to this new group. And again, special thank you to Tweet Coleman just for her generosity and for her love for the Florida Aviation Network. It's really awesome.
Did you know that Tweet and I are related?
Well, I wondered, the same last name.
We don't know how, but somehow we're related. I don't know yet where the tree branched, but anyway, it is always a pleasure to have her involved with our operation.
Absolutely.
And she was actually with the FAA as well,
I know,
out of Hawaii.
Dr. Coleman has a tremendous background, tremendous diversity, and she's, a fantastic mentor. And Ben, along with what you were talking about with the interviews, one of the things with the internships is the ability that the things that we offer here at FAN is the mentorship. So not only from being on camera, but also behind the scenes and the tech that goes into making shows like this and television broadcasts. And so it really is a great opportunity. And I would hope that our viewers would pass the word, and that teachers that are watching would pass the words to their students as well.
And Laurie, I was just noticed as we were coming up to the set here today, how beautiful it is here in Central Florida. And we want to, our hearts go out to the folks getting pounded right now up in the middle U.S. With some severe weather. But weather is so much a part of aviation and space. And do you know, Laurie, see this little airplane in front of us? Where do you think the astronauts started their flight training?
Right there.
Okay, it starts in GA at some way, shape, or form. And the best form, and we're going to have Sean Knickerbocker on site here at about 9:30.
You get to talk to him, don't you? Oh, it's going to be awesome.
And we're going to talk about soaring.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Soaring.
Gliders.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And Ben, students can get their glider's license, and they can get certified to fly a glider before they can drive a car, age 14.
That's right.
It's amazing.
And 14, there's a lot of folks walking around with kids, and the parents said, "What? My little Johnny or Susie could actually get in a glider?"
Yeah.
And at 14,
14.
I don't trust them to take the garbage out.
Yeah.
And yet they're going to be able to go out and fly a glider. You betcha. And but it's all a part of training.
It is.
It really is. Yeah. The coming up to the airport today is so beautiful, and there's nothing more serene is to be around an airport either at night with all the pretty blue taxiway lights, or actually they're not blue. You know what color they are?
Well, you tell us, Ben.
You love it when I do that to you, don't you? Actually, they're called lunar white. Yeah. It's lunar white.
They look blue, but they're not.
And I always enjoyed, and I'm a mechanic by trade.
Right.
That's I like to fix things.
Yeah.
And I fly just because it's easy.
Right.
That was a joke, Laurie. That was a joke.
No. But I wanted to say something. I talked to Rosie yesterday. And she's the chairman of the of safety of the safety here, and she actually also runs the program for A&P at Travis. And Ben, we were talking about
what A&P? What's that mean?
Airframe and Power.
Oh, okay.
And Ben, it was interesting because she was talking about not only building aircraft, but building mechanics. And Ben, to your point, I mentioned this to her. She said the best pilots are the mechanics, because you know how the aircraft is built, so that you have a better sense of how they fly, which, Ben, I had mentioned your name to her and how we had talked about it that morning. So I just wanted to share that with you. So they're very true.
Do you know Chuck Yeager was selected for that program because he was a mechanic in the military?
Yep.
And that was for that reason. His structural knowledge and his systems knowledge.
Knowledge is power, Ben. Knowledge is power.
There's so much we could talk about and get into.
We could, but Ben, we've got an air show to start, and we've got to head over. We're going to be heading over to our Sun and Fun TV. We're going to be switching over, and I think people are going to be hearing from Gene Conrad. He's got a minor role in
Sun
this.
and Fun live. And when we say live, it is live. And whatever happens, hopefully this time they have the audio going first thing, but without seeing the talking heads. But anyway, we're going to turn it right now to the Florida Aviation Network. We're going to turn it to the Sun and Fun Live TV. see you in, let's see you in about 30 minutes. Yeah, we're coming up on a hack. In 10 minutes, we will be looking at the Sun and Fun Live with Amanda out of Channel 8 out of Tampa, and Gene. If you don't know Gene, you're going to learn who Gene is, and hopefully those bags under his eyes are from all the fun that he's been smiling so much. We'll see you at 9:30, but tune on at 9 o'clock